My name is Jairo Montserrat. I'm a local district leader and activist in this community. Corona and Jackson Heights, Elmhurst, and East Elmhurst are my hometowns because I've lived in every single one of the neighborhoods in the course of the last 30 years. And so I wanted to say that we formed this group, this coalition of neighbors and citizens about a year ago because we wanted to stop the wave of brothels and prostitution that was occurring in our community. The worst part is that none of our elected officials stood up to protect us or defend us. And so the first thing I want to say is this group of people, we're not confused. In fact, we're choosing clarity over chaos. And that's what I want to term what we're doing today, clarity over chaos. Because we are clear in what we want. We want a safe community and a decent quality of life. And there's no reason that this largely immigrant-born community should be subjected to living in a red light district. We all know the problems that Roosevelt Avenue has had over the last year, the amount of brothels that have been closed, reopened, padlocked, more women, less women, reports about minors, and so forth. So we're here, first of all, appreciating what the New York City Police Department has done because they've effected over 500 prostitution-related arrests during the course of the last 12 months on or about Roosevelt Avenue and the Roosevelt Avenue corridor. We thank them, but it's not enough, and the mission is still incomplete. Furthermore, the actions of the NYPD and law enforcement are hampered by some of the very elected officials that represent us, passing bad bail laws when they make prostitution arrests. Both the Johns and the sex worker is out on the street within 3 hours, coming back here turning tricks again. So we're very concerned about that. This is for the second time that we're calling upon Cash Patel and the FBI to come to Corona, East Elmhurst, Jackson Heights, Woodside, and Elmhurst and conduct an investigation. We have the letter, the members of the press have the letter, and an assortment of locations. All these locations have been verified as prostitution locations and brothels. We're asking for the FBI to come back because they've been here based on our last letter, and they had 2 indictments of 2 street gangs. The first gang was Tren de Agua. The second gang was the 18th Street gang, originally centered in LA, California, who's operating right now on Roosevelt Avenue, and other gangs. We have a sex and human trafficking problem. For those elected officials that believe that legalizing prostitution is smart, we say,
no!
No! You'll make the problem worse. Their lack of understanding about what's really happening. Legalizing prostitution in our city, in our state, will only embolden the cartels and the street gangs more. So we're here to say, shut it down.
Shut it down! 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 Shut it down!
En
Shut it down!
¡Afuera! ¡Afuera!
¡Afuera!
¡A la cárcel!
So we here in this community are united. We live here, we work here, we go to the parks here. Thank you, brother. This is our community, and we're going to fight for this community. And we're going to take it on to all our elected officials who have signed on to legislation to legalize prostitution so that you can understand that this community doesn't want it. With us, a champion of our community, the president and leader of the Restore Roosevelt Action Coalition, Rosa Sanchez. Rosa, share a few words and thoughts.
Good afternoon, all. My name is Rosa Sanchez, president of Restore Roosevelt Coalition. I am here and I stand very strongly in this community, born and raised in this community where there are families and there are friends and our young children who are here. And I stand very strongly with them. And I say that our elected officials should be held accountable for everything that's happening now against legalizing prostitution. And I will say no, that is not a solution. And I will continue to fight until death because this community deserves not right.
Shut it down.